You might have seen some trailer or promo for Marvel Studios' new film, Spider-Man No Way Home. Well, starring alongside this web-slinging superhero is something called the Multiverse.
We started getting some visitors. From every universe.
Hello, Peter.
But what is it? And is it real? I'm Arjun Ram, and this is Can Explains the Multiverse. If you're a Marvel fan, you've heard of the multiverse.
You're saying there's a multiverse?
Here,
Every universe is different.
and here.
What if your universe was just one of many? A multiverse.
Okay, but what is the multiverse? To find out more, I spoke with Almog Jelinovich. He's an expert in physics who studies explosions in space. He says there are real-world theories about two types of multiverses. First, let's talk about the one used by Marvel. Almog explains it like this.
One example is that maybe it's a world that's the same as our own, except history didn't evolve the same way. Maybe for some reason, history in our universe took a turn one way, and in another universe, they took it a different way.
This theory was first discussed in the 1950s by this guy, Hugh Everett. He proposed the idea that there are an infinite amount of universes with different versions of people's lives occurring in each. He called this theory many worlds, which popular culture now refers to as the multiverse. Okay, is your head spinning? Because mine is. But don't worry, here's an example. Picture your life on a timeline. You're born. You go to school. You have your first Halloween. You go to your first sporting event. You go to summer camp. That was me on a path just like any other kid. And then one day, my mom is watching an episode of the British sitcom Coronation Street. She sees an ad for a new show called Canada's Smartest Person Junior. I apply, and I get in. Thanks to that, I was discovered by CBC Kids News. That's right. Without Coronation Street, I wouldn't be here talking with all of you about the multiverse. So shout out to Coronation Street. Thank you guys so much. So maybe in another universe, my mom takes me to a basketball game instead of watching Coronation Street. And I decide to pick up the ball and start practicing my jump shot. And then Michael Jordan comes up and he's like, yo, you should play in the NBA. And I'm like, all right, bet. And then I become an NBA superstar and the crowd goes wild for every shot that Okay, I'm sorry. I went a little too far there. But there could be multiple storylines of your life and multiple versions of you in different universes at the same time. Oh, cool. You guys look pretty good. Or I look pretty good. I got style. According to our physics expert Almog, the other type of multiverse is
Where the laws of physics are different. So if you were dropped somewhere, then things would look entirely different.
different laws of physics? Stay with me here. I'll give you an example. If I drop a ball, I know it'll fall. Oh my god, I forgot that was down there. Don't tell my mom. But in a multiverse, I drop a ball, and it just hovers in the air. Or maybe it vanishes entirely. Hey, what the? That was my favorite basketball. This multiverse is not for me. Here's the thing. Even if you're just hearing about this now, the idea of the multiverse has existed for a long time in the world of Marvel. It started with these comic books in the 70s and 80s. These stories take place in alternate realities.
The multiverse has always kind of been something that runs in superhero universes. And this idea that although there are stories that we're reading in the ongoing comics, that there have been parallel stories, or that some of the stories from the past may have been happening in different universes entirely.
Okay, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Are these ideas of the multiverse even real, Almog?
It's not proven. It's a speculation at this point.
Darn, but hey, on the plus side, at least I get to keep my basketball. And here's one of the main reasons why Almog says people want to believe in the multiverse.
Usually the reason people came up with this idea is that they were thinking about something else and they ran into a problem. And the multiverse is a way to resolve this problem.
Ah, I failed my math test. But wait, I'm gonna travel to a different multiverse where I don't fail my math test and my parents are super proud of me. Here's what I'm wondering. Who else has been talking about the multiverse? Turns out, a lot of people. We asked Cheryl Thompson, who teaches at the Department of Creative Industries at Ryerson University. She says the idea of traveling between different universes has come up a bunch in different types of movies and TV shows from the past.
I mean, the first thing to understand is nothing is new. It's just new to you.
So why all the hype now? Well, it's all a part of storytelling. Remember when I said the multiverse was used to solve problems? In the case of Marvel, they use it as a plot device, a way to connect all of their characters and bring back characters from past movies and TV shows.
They're a danger to our universe.
Like the new Spider-Man, for example. They're using the multiverse to bring back villains from past Spidey films.
It unleashes this incredible amount of potential, right? It's this explosion of creativity where it feels like anything goes, where you can have universes where we can crisscross genres.
So does this mean the stories will never end? All these characters will continue to live on in different universes and keep coming back and fighting each other? Maybe. But Jim Zub says these new versions of characters better be good.
Because, let's be honest, these are, huge box office draws and worth a lot of money. You need to do something to surprise the audience. You need to sort of pull on different threads and see where it goes to surprise and entertain an audience that has kind of seen everything.
But Cheryl Thompson says audiences can be pretty forgiving too. We love going to these movies, hitting pause in our lives and getting wrapped up in a good story, even if it's a story we've already heard before.
Because it's just like a good recipe. It's like, why change it if it ain't broke? It's like it feels good, it tastes good.
But now the special effects are better, the sound and music is better, and the budgets are bigger. So where will the multiverse take us next? I guess we'll have to wait and see. So where will the multiverse take us next? I spoke to the president of Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige. So where will the multiverse take us next? Okay, I think that's enough Arjun in the multiverse for one video. For CBC Kids News, I'm Arjun Ram. Or am I? So I started off working on a piece about Marvel movies and ended up deep in the multiverse. But here are the people I spoke to help me make sense of it all. Alma Yelinovich is a postdoctoral fellow at the Canadian Centre for Theoretical Astrophysics. Jim Zub is a writer for Marvel Comics who has worked on titles that include The Avengers, Black Panther, and The Champions. Cheryl Thompson is an assistant professor of creative industries. I also reference information found from the following places: Marvel Studios, Marvel Comics, Nerdist, and Maclean's.